104 Sagar. 104 Sagar. 107 Divakar.
Yes, sir.
My voice is audible to you.
Yes, sir.
124 Divya.
Sir.
Voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. In previous class, we have completed the problem on continuous beam by using of TMT or else Clapeyron's theorem. Now today we'll see the second problem on continuous beam by using of Clapeyron's theorem or TMT. Once I'll share the screen now here. One 35 size 3. 135 size 3. Once unmute yourself. 140 Ramya.
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible to you or not?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. All of you open your notebooks and start second problem. That is analyze the continuous beam by TMT or Clapeyron's theorem. Draw BMD and SFD. This is given problem and diagram. Given diagram is here it is B, here it is C, here it is D. Given diagram is continuous beam. Totally 4 supports are having A, B, C, D. It means it is a 3 span continuous beam. 3 span continuous beam. A, B, B, C, C, D. Now from A to B it is eccentric point load. A to B it is eccentric point load. 80 kilonewton load is acting, and here it is 2 meter, here it is 4 meter. Now A to B span is 6 meter and B to C span is 5 meter. From C to D span is 5 meter. Now what about the loads from B to C and C to D? Here the B to C it is acting as uniformly distributed load 20 kilonewton per meter, as well as from C to D it is eccentric point load 60 kilonewton load is acting. Here it is 2 meter and right side is 3 meter distance. So this is the given diagram. This is the given diagram. Once read that question carefully. Analyze the continuous beam by TMT, three moment theorem or Clapeyron's theorem. Draw finally bending moment diagram and shear force diagram, and this is the given diagram. Now based on the given diagram, solve this problem. Solve this problem. So before that, first of all, split given beam. split given beam. It means try to draw the free body diagram of given beam. First to take A to B. A to B. It is having eccentric point load 80 kilonewton, 2 meter, 4 meter. It is 6 meter. Okay. Now second span B to C. Here it is A to B. Next is B to C. It is carrying uniformly distributed load 20 kilonewton per meter, and the span is 5 meter. Next, last one is C to D. It is carrying eccentric point load 60 kilonewton, 2 meter, 3 meter, and the span of CD is 5 meter. See, PPT students, listen carefully this problem. It is very important. So you can take any type of continuous beam. So what is the first step here means? First of all, try to draw the free body diagram, that is split that given beam. First of all A to B, after that B to C, after that C to D. Suppose if we are having at point to E here, then we can draw the free body diagram of D to E. D to E also. Now, see, in continuous beam, we have to follow totally 6 steps. In that 6 steps, what is the first step here? Once I'll show you here, SA1, 4, TMT steps and a table here. See, here we have a hardly 6 steps. In that, what is the first step here? Draw the free bending moment diagram. Draw the free bending moment diagram. This is our first step. Now all of you try to draw the free bending moment diagram here based on the given loads. See, first of all the beams are in simply supported beam. All the beams are in simply supported. Now try to draw the free bending moment diagram, or else you can name it as a maximum bending moment diagram. And here the load is acting. Here the load is acting. See, B to C, it is a uniformly distributed load, but it is a symmetrical structure. It is a symmetrical structure. It means maximum bending moment will happen at the center of the span. Now, here it is eccentric point load. Now, A and B. Here, your free bending moment diagram under the load will get maximum bending moment. See, the load is acting in this point, so somewhere here will get maximum bending moment diagram. Here point A is 0, point B is 0 because of it is simply supported. Now join the points, then you will get one shape of free bending moment diagram. One shape of free bending moment diagram. Here it is 6 meter. Here it is 6 meter, and What about this height here? That is WAB by L. Why it is WAB by L means, see here it is A, here it is B. Main concept here, it is unsymmetrical structure, so that we'll get A and B. Suppose if it is a symmetrical structure, then it is WL by 4. So this is the difference between unsymmetrical as well as symmetrical. In triangle shape, not all the shapes, only the triangle shape. Now here, coming to the second beam, B, C. B and C. See, it is uniformly distributed load, so that you will get your maximum bending moment diagram in terms of parabolic shape. Then you will get maximum bending moment in this point, that is WL square by 8. WL square by 8. Next remaining is 5 meter. Next, from C to D, moment at point C is 0 because it is simply supported. Moment at point D also is 0 because it is simply supported, and load is acting in this point. So somewhere here you will get the maximum bending moment. Now join all the points. Then what about this height here? Same formula. This is also unsymmetrical structure. So WAB by L, and the total span is here 5 meter. 5 meter. So this is the first step. In that first step, totally 3 formulas we are having. So the first formula, maximum bending moment here in the first diagram, that is WAB by L. It means W is, what is the load of first beam? 80 kilonewton. 80 into A is 2 meter, B is 4 meter by 6. Now what about the value here? Next, all of you do calculation in your calculators. Next, bending moment diagram for second diagram. Here we have a formula WL square by 8. Here the W is given 20 kilonewton per meter and the span is 5 meter square by 8. What about the value here? Next, maximum bending moment diagram for CD. What is the formula here? WAB by L. It means here the W is 60 kilonewton load is acting. 60 into A here 2 meter, B here 3 meter by L. L is 5 meter. What is the value here? Now first, coming to the first maximum bending moment diagram here, 106.67. Second one here BC 62.5. Third one CD, that is 72 kilonewton meter. Okay, so this is your entire first step. Here the first step is draw the free bending moment diagram, or else draw the maximum bending moment diagram. So the after drawing the free bending moment diagram, these are the values. This is your first step. Now coming to the second step. What is the second step here? Calculate the area and centroid of free bending moment diagram between 2 points. So here in the second step, first we'll calculate the area of free bending moment diagram. After that, we'll go for centroid. Okay. Here the second step, area of free bending moment diagram, or else we can write it as a maximum bending moment diagram also, no problem. So we are calculating the first beam A to B. So give name it as a A1. Give name it as a A1. Now, if you observe the first diagram, this is your first diagram, second diagram, third diagram. Now, you can observe clearly in the first diagram, it is look like a triangle shape. Coming to the second diagram, it is look like a parabolic shape. Coming to the third diagram, it is look like a triangle shape. It means what is the area of triangle here and what is the area of parabola here. That's it. So we can write clearly here. So when we are calculating the first free bending moment diagram, we can name it as a A1. Here A1 is look like a triangle shape. So half into base into height. That is half into base here 6 meter, height here WAB by L. But already we got one value, that is 106.67. Now tell me the value here. That is 320.01. Coming to the second area A2. See, it is a parabolic shape. It means area of parabola. Already you know that area of parabola is 2 by third base into height. 2 by third. Here base is 5 meter. Height is WL square by 8. But we got the value of WL square by 8, that is 62.5. Then A2 is equal to, what is the A2 here? 208.33. Now coming to the A3, that is we are calculating the third beam CD. So it is look like a triangle shape, so that area of triangle here half into base into height, half into here base is 5, height is WAB by L. But based on that formula we got 72 value, substitute here, that's it. Then we'll get A3 value, where A3 is 180, where A3 is 180. So this is the area of free bending moment diagram between 2 points. Between 2 points. Next, in that second step only, what is the next continuation? After completion of area, next continuation process is centroid of free bending moment diagram between 2 points, centroid of free bending. And also we have a some standard table for centroid and as well as area. See, already we completed our area. Next is to find out centroid. So here we have a 3 diagrams. In the first diagram, it is symmetrical structure. It means the span is divided left and right part as a same. If it is 10 meter, then the left part is 5 meter as well as right part is 5 meter. So that cases we can name it as a symmetrical structure. So in the second diagram, this is a second diagram, but the load is acting nearer to the point A, nearer to the point A. It means it is not acting in the middle of the span. this type of structure we can name it as a unsymmetrical structure. So here we have a centroid XL and XR, where XL is the A plus L by 3, where XOR is the B plus L by 3. Now coming to the uniformly distributed load, it is parabolic shape, but your maximum bending moment will get middle of this span. So this type of structure we can name it as a symmetrical structure. So where your XL is L by 2 and XR is L by 2. So now we should follow these two diagrams of centroids. These two diagrams, one is unsymmetrical, other one is symmetrical. So same formulas I'll write here. Once observe, see in the first diagram it is unsymmetrical structure. So that what about centroid here? What about centroid here? First one is AB. First one is AB centroid. It means XL XR. Okay. Here, just now we have seen the centroids of left side as well as right side. That is, what about the formula here? XL is A plus L by 3, B plus L by 3. Here what about A and B and L? You can observe only span AB. Here span AB, A and B. So total span is L, but what about A and B? A is 2 meter, B is 4 meter. Okay, so same values substitute here. That's it. A is 2 meter plus B is 3 meter. And what about the L? L we have a 6 meter, and here also 6 by 3. Now what about XL and XR? That is 2.67, and here it is 3.33 meter. 3.33 meter. Okay, so this is the centroid of AB. Next, calculate centroid of BC. BC. See, BC we are having uniformly distributed load. It means it is a symmetrical structure. So that reason where XL is yes.
Sir, B value 4 no sir. 4 plus 6 by 3.
Yes. Okay. Here 4. So here B is 4. Okay. Nice. Next, in this second diagram where XL, see when it is symmetrical structure, then the span is divided equally. That is L by 2 and L by 2. Okay. So here L is 5 meter. See, L is 5 meter. So 5 by 2 and 5 by 2. Then it is 2.5 meter and it is 2.5 meter. This is second span. Now coming to the third span, that is CD. CD is unsymmetrical structure. So what about the XL? What about the XR here? See, what about the XL formula? A plus L by 3, B plus L by 3. Here it is A, it is B, and here we have a 2 meters and here we have a 3 meter. So A means 2 plus L is 5 meter by 3. Here B is 3 meter plus L is 5 meter by 3. What about the values here? XL is 2.33 meter, XR is 2.67 meter. This is our second step. Once again, read second step carefully. Calculate the area and centroid of free bending moment diagram between 2 points. So here we have completed area as well as centroid. So all of you write up to here. Then we'll go for third step. See, the first step and second step is very easy. Already you know that. In SOM1 already you studied. See, what is the first step? Just to draw the maximum bending moment diagram. So based on the given load, we can draw different types of bending moment. See, hardly we have two bending moment diagram. One is triangle shape, other one is parabolic shape. But in the triangle shape, again it is two parts. One is symmetrically, other one is unsymmetrically. That's it. Next, based on that, try to find out the centroid. That's it. Is it completed or still writing? Anyone can respond.
Completed, sir.
Okay. See, the third step. Once read the third step, that is apply TMT or Clapeyron's theorem. It means here we have a one formula. So in the third step, we should follow that formula. Once I'll show you that formula here. See, all of you read that formula. The formula here, MA L1 plus 2MB L1 plus L2 plus MC L2 plus 6A1 XL bar by L1 plus 6A2 XR bar by L2. So here in place of XL, we can write it as a X1 also, no problem. In place of XR, we can write it as a X2 also, no problem. That is your wish. But what is the conditions here? What is the conditions here? See, 116 Karthik, 116 Karthik, 107 Divakar.
Yes, sir.
Have you attended the introduction part?
No, sir.
No. But I think already my videos sent to your WhatsApp group. Have you listened or not?
No, sir. There's no time. Tomorrow I will listen, sir.
Okay. Okay, no problem. And 124 Divya,
Yes, sir.
have you attended the introduction class?
No, sir.
No. 135 Sai Sri, 135 Sai Sri. Okay, maybe almost 80-90% of the students went to PPT classes. See here, actually we have a one condition. One condition. I'll show you that condition here. See, this is introduction part. Here, the intermediate supports are always subjected to bending moment. Intermediate supports are always subjected to bending moment, but it is hogging case. It means whatever the intermediate supports are having in given diagram, maximum you will get, maximum chances, but I'll not tell you 100%, but maximum chances you will get intermediate support as a negative bending moment. This is one condition. And read this condition: if end supports are simply supported, if end supports are simply supported, the bending moment at end supports will be 0. See, in this case, point A and point C both are the end supports. That is simply support, not a fixed support. Both ends are the simply support. So that reason here MA is equal to 0, MC is equal to 0. Next, fourth condition, if end supports are fixed, it means here this diagram, there will be bending moment at fixed support. It means moment at A, moment at C is not equal to 0. Here you will get some values MA and MC, but we don't know we'll get positive or negative, that is later. But 100% you will get MA value, MC value, because it is a fixed support. For fixed support, totally 3 reactions are acting in that: vertical, horizontal and moment. So that reason here will get one moment value at A and also will get moment at C here. So this is our conditions. So same conditions apply here. Same conditions apply here. See, in this given diagram, point A, point D, point A and point D, all of you write clearly, then you can easily understand. A and D both are having two supports, that is hinge supports. So it is called as a simply supports. We can call it as a simply supports. Here A and D are the end supports, so that we can call it as a simply supports. But at point B and at point C, here B and C are the intermediate support. Intermediate support. Okay. B and C are the intermediate support. A and D are the simply support. So once again, I will show you the condition here. See, first to read third point. If end supports are simply supported, the bending moment at end supports will be 0. It means we can write it as a MA is equal to 0, MC is equal to 0. In this condition, A, B, C. But our given problem, we have a point to D also. Point to D. So here MA is equal to 0 and also MD is equal to 0. MA is equal to 0, MD is equal to 0. Here, see why it is 0 means, first of all, it is a hinge support. For hinge supports, how many reactions are acting? 2 reactions. Vertical, horizontal. Here, we don't have a moment here. We don't have any kind of movement. So that reason it is 0. And at point to D, it is also having hinge supports. And here also we have a vertical and horizontal. But we don't have any kind of movement here. So that it is 0. But B and C also a hinge supports. B and C also a hinge supports. but these B and C are the intermediate support. Intermediate support. So here we have a one condition where your intermediate support we can name it as a fixed support also. When it is intermediate support, it is a fixed support also. It is a fixed support also. So that reason here we'll get MB value and here we'll get MC value. MC value. So now apply the third theorem here. Apply third step, that is apply TMT or Clapeyron's theorem. Clapeyron's theorem. What is the formula we are having here? See, before that, once again I'll show you our introduction. It is a beam having not this one. Yes. See, all of you once read this sentence. First of all, it is a Clapeyron's theorem of three moments. It means at a time we can solve the three distinct bending moment equation. It means it is having three distinct bending moment equation. This is one of the example, A B C. So this type of diagrams, it means it is having only three supports. So by the end of we'll get three bending moment equations. But in this given diagram, totally how many supports are having? Four supports, A, B, C, D. Now, how to calculate? See, can I take 4 points at a time? Anyone can respond, please? 121 Samyukta.
Yes, sir.
Samyukta, we have a 4 points. So can I take 4 points at a time? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay, nice. 132 Gauss. 132 Gauss. 117 Ashrita. 117 Ashrita, unmute yourself. 133 Shivakumar. 138 Vishwateja. C 107 Divakar and 118 Shivakanta. Once unmute yourself. You both are the CRs. So once unmute.
Sir,
See, while calling to your friends, they are not responding.
yes, sir.
How can I continue my class? See, without responding from the student side, how can I continue? As is yours, give me the reply. 107 as well as 118. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Give me answer. If your students are not responding, how can I continue my class? Give me answers, please.
Yes, sir. Student
Why
don't
I am
reply.
calling the students? So students also open to their mouth. See, without opening their mouth, how can student gain the knowledge? See, already I told in the first class, whether the answer is correct or wrong, that is doesn't matter. But student have to open the mouth. That is important. But see, just now I called to 5 or 6 students. No one giving reply. See, it's your wish. It's not my job. But my job is I need to give explanation. That's it. I'll give you explanation clearly. If you are listening or not listening, that is not my mistake. It is your mistake completely. Okay. See, Clapeyron's three moment theorem meaning is we can calculate three moments at a time. So, but here we have a 4 points A, B, C, D. It means we'll get 4 moments. Moment at A, moment at B, moment at C, moment at D. Whether it may be a zero moment, whether it may be some kilonewton moment, that is doesn't matter. But we have a 4 moments here. So I cannot take 4 moments at a time. I cannot take 4 moments at a time. So what should I do here? First of all, I will be considering 3 points at a time. First of all, I will be considering 3 points at a time. That is A, B, C. First, I will be considering A, B, C. After completion of A, B, C, again I need to go for B, C, D. B, C, D. So from A, B, C, we'll get one equation. From B, C, D, we'll get other equation. So after solving equation 1 and 2, then we'll get whatever the unknown values are here. Whatever the unknown values here, we'll get by solving the equation 1 and 2. So here, first of all, I will be applying A, B, C. Listen carefully. Don't confuse here. Don't confuse first of all. Because there is a 4 points. MA L1 plus 2 MB L1 plus L2 plus MC L2 plus 6A1. Here we can write it as a X1 or else XL, no problem, plus 6A2 X2 by L2. In place of X2 also we can write it as a XR. Write here clearly, or this term is common, no problem. A1 XL plus A2 XR. Here L1, it is L2, no problem. You can choose any one. In these two, you can choose any one. Whether it may be a X1 or else XL. Whether it may be a X2 or else XR. That is your wish. Now, so based on our condition, here MA and MD is equal to 0. MA and MD is equal to 0 because both are the simply supported. So here we have a MA, so 0 into L1. See, here we are considering A, B, C. Remember this point, we are considering A, B, C only. So if you are having any difficulty, let us draw only ABC diagram. Then you can easily understand. A, B, C. Okay. And here from A to B it is 6 meter. From B to C it is 5 meter. Eccentric point load 2 meter, 4 meter. UDL. What about the load here? 80 kilonewton load, and it is 20 kilonewton per meter. And as well as write clearly in the formulas we are having L1, L2, A1, A2, X1, X2. See, A, B, C. It means L1 is equal to 6 meter. This is your L1. L2 is equal to 5 meter. Up to now clear? Okay. So this is your L1 and L2 up to here. Next. And in the formula, what are the remaining terms? A1, A2, A1, A2. So in this one, what about A1 and A2? A1 here 320.01, A2 here 208.03. Same values right here. That's it. A1, A2. A1 is here 320.01. A2 here 208.33. Yes or no? Once I'll check the values here. Yes, 208.33. Next, what about the remaining terms here? X1, X2, or else you can name it as a XL and XR. X1, or else you can name it as a XL, X2, or you can name it as a XR. It means first to find out centroid X1 or XL. It means open the first bending moment diagram. So this is your first bending moment diagram. In that already we calculated XL and XR. See, from A to B, A to B. We can name it as a X1, X2. Okay. So, what is the actual concept here? When we are calculating X1 or else XL, it means you can take only first diagram here. Here, you can take only first diagram. In that first diagram, we are having two center of gravities. One is left part, other one is right part. So in these two parts, which is satisfied for our XL, that is whatever the value in the left side, 2.67. We are considering only first diagram. So in that first diagram, the left part, whatever the value we are having the left part, you can consider that value.
Sir, we cannot hear you.
Gold